everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Taking a quick look here again at ICP. I am super happy this worked out because the way that we broke out to the downside and that massive wick down really helped us fulfill our ABC pattern for our Elliott Wave. So this is good news. Basically means we could and likely should be starting a new wave soon, and that is fantastic. So again, when you saw my video earlier, you might have noticed that I mentioned that price squeezing into one place typically results in a breakout. Well, it broke out to the downside mainly because Bitcoin sold off pretty aggressive, $800 million in Bitcoin liquidation on one exchange within like 15 minutes or less. Okay, so that'll cause a ripple, and a lot of coins pulled back. But we're gonna see if this is due for another correction or if we can continue upwards, kind of see what's going on. So if you are new to the channel, just know I'm not a financial advisor. I love teaching people to trade, and I hope you can learn something here today. Quick congrats to our community members for some awesome profit here. My day trading bot scalped the ridiculous crap out of Matic. Like this, 61%, 6 days, 2 days, 36%, 69%, 29 days, that's a little up there. 4 hours, 21%, 2 days, 44%. The list goes on, honestly. Matic is just like the pride and joy here for today's day trading bot. For swing trades, different story. We did also take some nice profit from 2 different Matic trades. The graph, 52%, BNB, Dusk, SKL is my favorite one. 111% profit target 3 and 2.5 trading days. So again, awesome stuff. Congrats to our community members. You don't see any ICP trades in there just because it's been kind of misbehaving. I don't like taking trades with coins like these when they're working the way that they've been working. So we're going to talk about potential for a trade in either direction, kind of see where we're at. But just so you know, at this point, we're below the current volume resistance, and just generally speaking, it's not looking like a phenomenal situation where the price action is due to just shoot up from here. Okay. Again, we're still working below this descending trend. We can continue to draw that out a little further and just see. But until we break this descending trend, there's no reason to expect it to discontinue. Okay, trends will continue until they don't. That's really the bottom line. Stochastic RSI divergence, still the same as before. We're now under 70 on the RSI and money flow index. So those are, I wouldn't say truly bearish signs, but they're not bullish at all. Okay. So again, not like the worst thing ever, but certainly not fantastic. Taking a look at the 4-hour time frame, we can see stochastic RSI is swinging upwards. Most coins are doing this right now, just based on the simple fact that the price action wicked down so hard. We currently have a doji candle here. Sorry, no, not a doji candle, but we've got a candle closing below the open of this last candle. In other words, it's not really a good sign when that happens. In other words, we do want the price to close at, just say, 932 or higher in order to get some kind of confirmation we've broken this immediate downtrend. I'm talking like only the last 12 hours. The overall downtrend is still in play, so we got to presume the price action until it breaks that is going to continue lower. We're also below 50 on the RSI with money flow index at the 30 range, also somewhat of a bearish sign. Okay. Now, I have talked previously in my videos about buying the dip when RSI comes down and the money flow index is lower. That's usually a good sign for buying those dips, but it's also disadvantageous because we're not super overextended. We have more room for downside. Okay, so you got to keep in mind, even though the price is pulling back, this is not like a massive pullback by any stretch. We could very well still see more selling pressure. I'm leaning more towards that probably being the case until we break this descending trend. I just don't like what I see here. Okay. That having been said, let's take a look at CC Golden here. The wrong time frame for that. We want to look at the fair value gap and liquidity. There's not a lot of either. There is some liquidity up here at about 1025, but again, we got to break this descending trend before we can even consider that, and the previous fair value gap has been filled. Okay, so it's a positive sign. It means we have maybe less selling pressure to the downside. We're below all moving averages there. Big surprise. Taking a look at the Ichimoku cloud, we're also below the cloud, and we have basically green lights to leave your short position open for at least the next 6 hours. Okay, so if you're in a short position, consider leaving it open. There's probably more consideration for the price to continue lower. If you're considering a long position or you're in one, you may want to consider trimming your position a little bit, maybe lowering your leverage amount if you're over leveraged, and just generally speaking, expecting the worst and hoping for the best. So what I mean by that is the price should continue lower at this point. It's giving us no indication it wants to change or shift gears. It's done very well for itself to recover from this little dip here from Bitcoin, but Bitcoin looks like it still wants to continue lower. Based on my analysis earlier today, I think that there's a stronger chance that Bitcoin continues to dead cat its way down. Okay, I think we're going to start seeing more of that lower 40,000 range. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Totally fine if I am. However, that being said, though, if you play it safe right now and you expect the price to go down, you'll be in a much better situation, even if you were to miss out on some opportunities. Okay, it's better to miss an opportunity than to feel really sore and upset, especially like there's nothing worse than like trying to go to bed and you can't sleep and all you can think about is your trade that just sucks, really terrible. So try not to put yourself in that position. At this point, I've looked for every reason not to take a trade, and we've identified a majority of reasons not to take a position, specifically leaning towards long in that regard. In other words, you should not take a long position right now. If you're considering anything, a short would be more viable, but I still don't recommend shorts in this market. That's where we're at here. I hope that makes sense and I described that correctly. Not much else to really note. The only thing else you do want to understand too, because a lot of community members here, they're transitioning over to Bitunix. Phenomenal exchange, by the way. No KYC, no VPN. I want to mention this just because there's a lot of KYC and VPN requirements nowadays, specifically those in restricted countries. So if you're having that trouble, use Bitunix, phenomenal exchange, link down below. They have this awesome little benefit until the end of the year. You make sure to utilize that soon. Okay, again, you have to use my link, but it's you'll be happy you did. Phenomenal exchange, really happy with them. Thanks again, everyone. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Again, if you're considering becoming a community member, better trader, cryptocash.tech is the site, link down below. Take advantage of those signals. We'll see you in the next one. Again, take care. Thank you so much.